Welcome to Thinking About Food and Frameworks. I'm Peter Herz. This is a 3-episode series that digs into the history of our food systems, something most of us take for granted. This is followed by an exploration of different frameworks and how they affect our approach to dealing with the challenges and opportunities we see in the world. By way of background, I'm trained as an engineer in computer architecture and was a serial entrepreneur in IT and software. I got really interested in food and agriculture 9 years ago when I was diagnosed with a litany of medical issues: obesity, sleep apnea, pre-diabetic blood sugar levels, elevated cholesterol, and gout. What was most remarkable in that doctor's visit was how unremarkable it was for the doctor. He said, "You're getting older, and this is just what happens." All 5 of my medical issues that I was suffering from were going to be treated through surgery and drugs. My doctor did admit that each of these interventions would have side effects, but never fear, he said, there are more surgeries and more drugs to deal with the side effects too. This made no sense to me and launched me on a multi-year effort to understand and address my health issues. A quick online search revealed that all 5 of the issues I was diagnosed with were metabolic diseases caused by diet. This forced me to turn my attention to food. I like doing my own research, but the marketplace of ideas around food is very noisy. It's hard to separate the large amount of bad ideas from truly valuable insights. This video series provides a possible explanation for a great deal of the noise that we see in food and agriculture and other domains as well. I'd like to share with you some of the things I've learned in my exploration of the food system, and even thinking about the frameworks we use to understand and pursue solutions to the problems we face. We might not even be bringing the right tools to the problems, which means we won't get to useful answers. To be clear, nothing I will talk about in this series is an idea that I invented. Rather, what I've tried to do is synthesize ideas from many really bright people who have created amazing insights and done great work. We're going to cover a pretty wide range of topics: history, economics, biology, and even a little bit about food and agriculture. In this episode, we will discuss a little history. Unfortunately, we tend not to pay attention to history the way we should. When I was a student, I didn't think about much history myself. I focused on science and engineering, and that was a mistake. As we develop new understandings, it can be very helpful to place those learnings in the larger context of where we've been in the past. We can make better decisions understanding where we've been. So, let's take a look at the last 250,000 years of food. Humans have spent almost all our history as hunter-gatherers. By far, the longest-lasting food system, dominant for at least hundreds of thousands of years. We were nomadic and would follow animals and seek out berries and other plants for sustenance. Around 10,000 years ago, we began a shift from the nomadic hunter-gatherer food system to agriculture. No one can say for sure why, but many anthropologists now believe that it was because of beer. Yes, our second food system is generally credited with transition to civilization, including specialization by individuals that enabled great strides in the arts, government, technology, and all else. Evidence indicates that our second food system may have been less healthy than food system 1, with less diverse diets and therefore less healthy humans, but it ended up dominating regardless. Soon after agriculture developed, we began to perform selections and develop hybrids. I want to emphasize what we were optimizing for most of the history of agriculture. We cared about a lot of things, including yield, hardiness in varying climates, pest resistance, and the like. But importantly, we selected for flavor. This will come up again later, but selecting for flavor is crucial. The reason is that our taste buds evolved to seek out the nutrition our bodies need. By selecting for flavor, we were selecting for nutrients. This third food system emerged over some thousands of years and was then formalized by Gregor Mendel in the 19th century. It's only been about 75 years, beginning around World War II, that we shifted to our fourth food system, relying on petroleum-based agriculture with synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, along with the increasing reliance on monoculture farming. This was also known as the Green Revolution, massively increasing our productive capacity, at least measured in bulk weight. This brings us to a very recent history, maybe only the last 40 years or so, and our fifth food system. We are now living in the industrialized processed food system. There are many aspects of this food system that bear investigation, but a key insight in the context of our longer history in evolving food systems is that in the industrialized processed food system, flavor has become a processing step. In agriculture, we no longer select for flavor. We only select for yield and factors related to yields like pest resistance, drought resistance, and other related factors. This is why much of our fresh produce doesn't taste very good anymore. Think about how mass-produced tomatoes look great, but taste like nothing at all. This is a huge problem. Instead of letting our taste buds lead us to nutritious food, processed foods are designed to hijack the signaling system. Our dominant food system is no longer connected to the nutrients we need to maintain our health. Some people might counter, well, we can simply add back the nutrients we need in our food. It's just another processing step. But this gets us to the question, do we know what healthy human nutrition is? This will bring us to the next step, which is thinking about frameworks. Frameworks matter, and they both help us structure our understanding, but they can also limit us and prevent us from seeing things in a different way. And this is what we're going to be talking about in the next chapter.